Something that I know has been missing in the semen retention community is the amount of men who stopped taking this seriously. The amount of men who have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. The amount of men who don't realize the weight behind every action that they take on a daily basis. Let's get one thing straight. Semen retention is meant to build your life. You ask yourself, what does that look like for me? What does that look like when it comes to my health? What does that look like when it comes to my money? What does that look like when it comes to my relationships? What does it look like when it comes to my purpose? And when you build that out, what you are trying to do is commit to the version of yourself that is able to sustain the things that you want. And the very first thing that you can do to prove to yourself that you are committing to this person is by retaining. Let me ask you a question. What if somebody made a promise to you? They made a pact to you. They wanted to commit to you. But then they cheated on you after 3 days. They went back on their word after 7 days. They failed after 13 days, 23 days. Now, some of you may be forgiving and you say, we all make mistakes. I'll give you a second chance. However, what if this happens over and over and over and over again? How likely are you going to be to trust this person's word? Would you have a high level of respect for this individual? I'm assuming you're saying no. So why do you give yourself a pass? And it's because you do not take it seriously. See, if you got married, marriage is a commitment. Marriage is a pact. You are telling this person that I am committing to you and you only. And if that person were to go back on their word after 3 days, 7 days, 12 days, 20 days, you would no longer be with that individual. Why is you treating semen retention any differently? Oh, it's okay sometimes. No, it's not okay sometimes. Because semen retention is a commitment to yourself. Not only to yourself, but the better version of yourself. So why is it okay to cheat on the higher version of yourself? Is that not what you want? Do you not want to be a higher version of yourself? Do you not want the rewards of having a better health, better money, better relationships, better purpose? Do you not want these things? Or are you okay with being average? Are you okay with being below average? Are you okay with being mediocre? Because if I looked at you, or if you looked yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, are you okay with these things? The majority of you guys will say no. So why don't your actions reflect that? You have to take semen retention and put it in a brand new mindset for yourself. And that mindset is, this is my commitment to who I am trying to be. Because it always starts in the mind. It always starts up here. It always starts in here in the heart. It always starts in the soul. And when you decide to commit to that, now you have more of a reason to commit to being a better, healthier version of yourself, being a wealthier version of yourself, being a better boyfriend, a better husband, a better partner, being committed to your purpose. I said something a long time ago where I said a lot of guys complain and they say, I don't have any purpose. I don't know what my purpose is. And these are the same individuals that believe in God. And I asked them, I said, have you ever asked yourself why God hasn't given you purpose? Maybe it's because he needs commitment out of you. And you're a person that loves to quit on a commitment after 3 days, after 7 days, after 12 days. But what does your life look like when you actually commit to the process? What does your life look like when you actually say no more? What does your life look like when you actually fight back on the negativity that's in your mind? What does that life look like? Because if there's one thing that I realize is you can have anything, damn near anything you ask for, if you are willing to work on it every single day. Now be honest with yourself. Do you constantly look at your journal? If you don't have a journal, you're not in the game. If you don't have a journal, you're not in the game. If you don't have a journal, you're not in the game. If you don't have a journal, you are not in the game. Do you constantly look at this journal that is designed to tell you exactly what you want and where you are trying to get to? Do we have a routine, a list of actions that says, these are the things that I need to accomplish every day? Because these are the actions of somebody who takes things seriously. But most of us just go with the wind. Let me tell you something. The opposition doesn't go with the wind. Whenever you don't have a plan for yourself, do you think your brain doesn't have a plan for you? It has a plan for you. You know how I know? Because when you're not doing what you're supposed to do and you're bored, your body has a plan for you. Urges, I want you to do this. Release your seed. Spike your dopamine. Smoke. Drink. It has a plan for you. And if you follow that plan, which a lot of you guys are following that plan, it's going to lead you darker places. And you're wondering why I'm not where I'm supposed to be. The reason why you're not where you're supposed to be is because you stopped fighting back. Fight back. It's like watching yourself getting punched in the face and you're just accepting it. Duck, dodge, fight back. How do I fight back? You grab that journal. You talk about where you want to be. You remind yourself. You set affirmations. Well, this is inconvenient and it's kind of difficult. It's supposed to be. It's a fight. It's a war. Nothing happens without your involvement. If someone is able to take power from you, you are involved in that. In order to empower yourself, you have to be involved in that. And when we break down our schedules, do you have that? Are you actively involved? Let's take this same scenario and pretend you have kids. You're going to go with the flow when it comes to your children? You're not going to have any type of expectations when it comes to your children? Instead, what you're going to do is you're going to let them do whatever they want? Because again, if you don't have a plan for them, the world has a plan for them. And I promise you that the world does not care whether they succeed or fail. In fact, a lot of the world would put them in compromising positions so they could win. When you compare this commitment to other things, it sounds ridiculous. Oh, I'm only 7 days in my marriage before I cheated. I'm only 7 days of taking care of my child before I was like, they don't need it anymore. When we say things like that, we're like, oh, well, that doesn't count because it's an extreme. You mean making sure that you're in charge of your life to protect yourself, your family, your community, your culture? That's not an extreme to you? But I know why a lot of us do it. I know why a lot of us do it. It's because we don't think our actions matter. Not really. But it does matter. It does matter. Because again, listen, if I didn't make this video, then you guys would have not have been motivated. That matters. You wouldn't have been motivated, and then you wouldn't have been motivated to take the next action that you're going to take after this video. These things matter. It's a ripple effect. Somebody sees you go to the gym, they're like, damn, I need to go to the gym. Somebody sees you running or walking, they're like, dang, I need to go get my cardio in. Somebody sees you eating healthy, like, man, I got to go eat healthy. These things have a compound effect. This is how community is born. This is how cultures are developed. Repeated actions every day that a lot of people see others doing and say, I want to get like that too. This is inspiring. Now, a lot of us realize now we're in darkness. It's okay to be behind. It's okay to be in darkness. What's not okay is you use that as an excuse to not get yourself up out of there. So listen, the very first thing that I want you to do, one, is grab that journal and ask yourself, what do I want? 2, make a schedule for yourself. These are the actions that I need to complete on a daily basis. This is my focus. This is where this is at. Because when you're able to do this repeatedly over time, you will get your desired results. So listen, this is today's video. If you made it this far, type in commitment. Commitment. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Like the video, share it with somebody who you think needs to hear this message. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.